Hey everybody, I'm here to explain to you the flow and the system of our product line here at Vital Health. And I'm really excited to share this with you today because this is the first step in you becoming an advocate for your own health. This isn't just you showing up a couple times a day to put some supplements into your body. This is you learning the systems of your body so that you can live a life of vitality. And that is what we represent here at Vital Health. So I'm really excited to share the breakdown with you of how we're going to go through the products, best practices, best flow, and times to take them. So we're going to take them out together, and if you can follow along at home with your own product line, I do want you to know that the different packages that are purchased throughout the website can look different, so you might not have the entire product line on your first purchase. That's okay. Just go ahead and match your products with the products that you see me doing and follow along that way. So first, I'm going to just separate everything out for you so you can see what it would look like. So we're going to put Organex, Iterin, Glutation, Idodol, Askelax, Control, Balance, Idol Boost, Omegas, all together. We're going to take our coffee line and separate that. We're also going to put the energy with the coffee, and then we're going to put our collagen, the protein powder that you have. So if your protein powder is different than this one, just go ahead and follow along with the protein powder that you have at home. V Daily, our glutation and nitro. Idol A is going to be separate. 40 Flora will also be separate, and we'll put the detox tea, we'll actually put the detox tea right here with glutation and nitro. So you can see everything is just a little separate, and that's because we're gonna be taking different products at different times. So everything that you see here in this section is going to be best practices, and this is what you're gonna see on the back of the packaging, is going to be 1 a.m., 1 p.m. And I do recommend that these products are going to be taken, you don't wanna take them like right before bed, right? Because you want time for things to kind of kick in. So if you're gonna be taking these in the PM is gonna look closer to right after your evening meal. So that's how you're gonna pair these. The only difference between these is technically your omegas is going to say 1, 1, and 1. So anytime that I reference in this video 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, that means AM, midday, PM. So your omegas is going to be 1, 1, 1. And actually we can put that right here because this is going to function kind of in that flow as well. Same thing. Now we're going to go ahead and, so now we've got this 1 a.m., 1 p.m. Now we're going to go into this section where your tea detox, this is also gonna show 3 times a day. And you can go ahead and just follow the package instructions that you see. This is going to represent 3 times a day as well. Then you can take a look at your glutation plus and your nitro. This is gonna be recommended, I mean, to be honest with you, I take this 2 to 3 times a day. So I'm going to put this here as well. I do recommend this twice a day, but you can also do up to 3 times a day as well. So that can sit in this category. Then you've got 40 Flora. This is an AM and a PM, but the reason we separated this is because you do not want to take this within 30 minutes of any other supplement because of the activated charcoal. Activated charcoal will bind to other nutrients and absorb it and reduce the effectiveness of the other supplements that you're taking. So you want this one to be separate. And I am gonna go in just a minute and kind of just tell you a few specific things that I do and things that I can recommend to you, but I'm gonna just go over the specific instructions on the back of your packaging that you're gonna see. Then you've got your coffees and you have your V Energy. Now these are as needed. You know your caffeine tolerance, so some people drink a cup a day, some people drink 5. It's totally up to you. So as needed, as desired. Then you've got Idol A. This is a nervous system support product. So remember that this is used for more restorative sleep, which is amazing, but sometimes people will use this because they have a very demanding lifestyle and they might be feeling a little overwhelmed in life. So this is a nice calming effect to the body. If you desire to take this before the evening to support sleep and you want to take this earlier in the day, you can. Just understand that when you calm the nervous system, it could make you sleepy. So this is just something that you would kind of just want to adjust based on how the effects are on your body specifically. And then we have our daily, the collagen, and a protein. These are going to also be taken as desired. So I take all of these once a day, but these can be taken more throughout the day as well. Personally, I mix my protein with my collagen in the morning. That's how I start my day. So I get my nice protein boost and it just tastes delicious. Great way to boost my nutrition first thing in the morning. This is technically, you can take this up to 4 times a day. So if you desire to do that, you totally can. So I'm gonna kind of run through, I just started kind of giving you my practices and some recommendations starting here, and I'll just continue to do that with you. So these can be taken more than once a day, but they're recommended is once, but they can be done more. Idle is recommended 1, but depends on the size of the human. So just so you guys know, I want you guys to understand that when you're working with herbs and adaptogens, these are natural. So it's not the same thing as when you're looking at something that is, you know, chemically made, where it gives very specific instructions on how to take it. It's not natural, so that's going to function different in the body versus what we have. So you can actually amp these things up depending on what you're trying to focus on. So let's say our V Daily, you're trying to get in extra minerals, extra vitamins, more probiotics, more prebiotics, great, you can amp this up. Same thing with collagen. You know, I was just repairing my body from a surgery and I needed to heal faster and repair that tissue. So I was increasing the amount of this that I was taking a day. Idle, this is recommending 1, but if you have somebody that weighs more, then they might want to take more than 1 because the body weight ratio to the herb itself is obviously different. So you can look at these and you can adjust. And remember, everything that we have, our product line is so unique and so special because it honors the system of the body, because each product does target a specific system, right? This is targeting the nervous system. Our Awaken line is going to be supporting different systems within, depending on which coffee you're drinking, but it's also giving you that boost of energy. 40 Flora is going to bind out those toxins. So this can be used for you to pull out the toxins, you know, just the general toxins throughout the day. But this can also be used if you have food poisoning, or let's say that you eat a food that you're intolerant to, you can amp this up. I mean, this is just saying 1 capsule at a time, but if you're allergic to dairy and you just accidentally consumed a lot of it, you can take 2 or 3 of these. Or if you have food poisoning, get these things, you know, get 2 or 3 of these in your body as soon as possible. And you could do that multiple times a day and be fine. This won't hurt you. So same thing with nitro and glutation. You know, if I'm very physically active that day, I'll amp this up big time. When I fly on a plane or I know that I've come into contact with a lot of toxins, this glutation plus, I'm drinking like a bottle of this every 3 or 4 days if I'm coming into contact with a lot of toxins or if I'm flying and traveling. Tea detox, another example. This is giving you the instructions to take this 3 times a day. You initially boil this with a liter of water, then you add the additional water to make the gallon. But let's say that you're somebody who is really struggling to get a bowel movement, then you would not, if you, let's say you've been, you know, struggling for a couple days or a week and you haven't had a bowel movement, you don't have to add the additional water to this. You can actually drink the concentrated liter version of this, and this will get you to the result that you're looking for. Omegas. I'm a huge fan of omegas, so personally, I will take 2 of these in the morning and 2 of these at night. So it says 3 a day. I skip the middle day one and I just take 2 in the morning, 2 at night, and I get extra because omegas are extremely beneficial for your brain. And then when it comes to the rest of our product line, the Organics, you know, a lot of the health struggle that is happening right now is that people are experiencing issues with their liver. So if somebody has a specific issue happening with their liver, you don't have to do 1 in the morning, 1 at night. This is going to be a more proactive approach to your health. The current recommendations on each bag is a proactive approach to your health, right? But if you've already you're already currently in a situation where you're like, all right, we might be a little bit past the proactive, we're in a different phase, that's okay. That's when we can start amping some of these things up, like our Organics. This is gonna support the liver. If you need to be more than proactive about your liver, boom, here you go. And you can amp these up anywhere from, 2 in the morning, 2 at night, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, just depending on the severity of things. Same thing with Iterin. This is a kidney support product. So if we're wanting to be more than proactive about our health, we're kind of past the proactive spot, boom, we've got Iterin for that. Glutation, this is really supportive for pulling those heavy metals out, boosting the immune system, and it's a antioxidant, which is amazing. So antioxidants are going to reduce that oxidative stress. So if that's an area that you've been wanting to focus on, you can amp this up. Like I said, I take this glutation plus a significant amount of it when I know that I have encountered toxins. Like, I'll give you an example. For my surgery, when I went under anesthesia, I had a lot of toxins in my system. So I amped this up big time. I was taking 3-4 servings of this a day, and I was taking about 12 of these a day just to pull those toxins out of my system. Idadol, remember, this is a product that's going to support a super healthy inflammatory response. So if somebody has general discomfort, let's say in their feet, because you're on your feet all day, that's great. You might take 1 in the morning, 1 at night, and that covers it. But if you're somebody who's maybe experienced a specific physical activity that's left you with more discomfort somewhere in the body in different localized areas, you can amp this up. Or even if you're recovering from a surgery, my husband recovered from a surgery where he ripped his pectoralis major tendon, and he didn't have to take anything other than our product line, and he was eating about 6 of these a day and about 6 of our Curcumax, and his pain level stayed from a 1 to below, just being able to focus on that discomfort, which was amazing. Aesculax, this is going to support a healthy cardiovascular health. So remember, with this one, if that's an area that you want to target, wonderful. Control, this is really supportive for your nervous system, cravings, metabolism, hormones. So if that's something that you're wanting to address, again, let's say you're on a journey, intermittent fasting, or if you're on that weight management journey, you can go ahead and amp this up as well. S-Balance, this one's important because right now, again, another one of the big issues that we're facing is that there's a lot of people struggling with unhealthy blood sugar levels. So if your pancreas needs some extra love, again, don't think you have to stick to the AM PM. You can amp this up 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3 to really restore the pancreas. Curcumax is gonna be very similar to what Idadol does. Just so you guys know, Curcumax is gonna also give some additional benefit to your gut and microbiome, where Idadol is going to specifically focus on discomfort in the system, but also blood health. So if you're somebody who's been working with a blood viscosity that is not of optimal levels, then you want to check Idadol out. And then our last product, let's just take a look at IdoBoost. This one is amazing if you're focused on proactive health, because this is going to support the immune system and also respiratory health. So if you're somebody, let's say it's flu season, or it's that time of year where people are getting sick, you want to be proactive, you can take extra of this. Or let's say you're, these guys, if you're working with allergies, it's allergy season, you can amp up your Organics, amp up your IdoBoost to support that respiratory health and reduce the feelings, those uncomfortable feelings that we get with allergies. So I just want you guys to know that I want you guys, when you see the products in front of you, I want you to switch as soon as it's like, wow, maybe this feels like a lot, or maybe this could feel overwhelming. There's so many. I want you to be excited. I want you to switch that feeling of overwhelm to excitement. Wow, this is my first step in being a true advocate for my health when it comes to me being able to learn how to approach my health systematically, because that's what it is, you guys. This is, you're working with the most intelligent thing on this planet, and I want you to take a moment to really sit with that and be joyous about that and be grateful for this body that you live in, because living in a human system, living in a body that is not functioning optimally is uncomfortable. And right now, if you think about it, how many people do we know that's living a life of full vitality? How many people do you know that have optimized health? And it starts right now. If we want to go out and we want to change that, and we want to see people more healthy, we want to see our children healthy, our grandchildren healthy, it's going to start with us becoming the example. And so by you sitting here in front of a systematic, product line. That's the first step to change in the world, and it starts with us. And I'm really excited to be able to represent that and share that with you. Welcome to Vital Health.